I'm standing in a room completely filled with laughing friends, but I feel like I am fading where the shadow quietly ends. I've mastered how to smile and how to perfectly blend in, but nobody can hear the heavy silence under my skin. If I disappear right now, would anybody turn their head? Or would my absence be another thing that's left unsaid? I lean my back against the wall, I whisper to the space. Am I completely invisible inside this crowded place? But you are the quiet observer. You never look away. You see the heavy colors in my quiet shade of gray. You sit with me in the corner when the world is moving fast. You remind my fragile spirit that this loneliness won't last. You see me here, you never miss a tear. The world gives its attention to the loudest in the room, but you are searching gently for the flowers in the gloom. I don't have to shout or perform to catch your holy eye. You hear the heavy volume of my most silent sigh. You count the very hairs upon my heavy tight head and catch the quiet tears I weep upon my lonely bed. I stop trying to wave my hands, I let the striving fall. I rest inside the gaze of the one who sees it all. But you are the quiet observer. You never look away. You see the heavy colors in my quiet shade of gray. You sit with me in the corner when the world is moving fast. You remind my fragile spirit that this loneliness won't last. Do you ever feel completely invisible? Like you could be in a room full of people, yet feel entirely alone? Listen to me. You are never unseen by God, Elroy, the God who sees me. He doesn't just look at the highlights or the loud moments. He sees you, sitting in the quiet. He sees the pain you hide behind your smile. You don't have to perform to get his attention. He is sitting right there in the corner with you. You are deeply known. I am seen, I am fully known, never forgotten, never alone. I'm standing at the crossroads, staring at the left and right, paralyzed by choices in the fading of the light, terrified of missing what your perfect will might be, thinking if I take a wrong step, it will ruin destiny. I'm treating all your guidance like a fragile piece of glass, afraid that my own foolishness will shatter as I pass. I hold my breath in silence. I whisper to the trees, please don't let me ruin this. Please help me, please. But your will is not a tightrope where one slip will make me fall. Your will is a wide and open field, and you are overall. I cannot ruin your design by stepping in the mud. Your sovereignty is deeper than my anxious flesh and blood. I take a breath, I take a step. I take a breath, I take a step. I thought you were a dictator with a single hidden map, and every wrong decision was a spiritual trap. But you are a good father walking with me down the lane. If I stumble down a dead end, you just route me back again. Your grace is so much bigger than the errors I will make. You redeem the broken roads for your own glory's sake. I stop demanding a sign, I stop freezing in the fear. I trust the navigator who has brought me safely here. But your will is not a tightrope where one slip will make me fall. Your will is a wide and open field, and you are overall. I cannot ruin your design by stepping in the mud. Your sovereignty is deeper than my anxious flesh and blood. Are you completely paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice? Are you terrified that if you pick the wrong path, you'll somehow miss God's will for your life entirely? Listen to me, God's purpose for your life is not that fragile. You are not powerful enough to ruin His sovereign plan with a single mistake. His will is less like a tightrope and more like a massive open pasture. As long as you are walking with Him, He will guide you, redirect you, and catch you. Don't let the fear of doing it wrong keep you from moving forward. Make a choice in faith and trust Him with the outcome. I am walking forward, trusting in your grace, knowing you will meet me in every single place. The house is completely dark, but my mind is burning bright, replaying every failure in the middle of the night. The what ifs and the should haves are marching in a row, a heavy, anxious army that refuses to let go. I toss and turn the pillows, trying just to shut it down, but the noise inside my head is loud enough to drown a town. I stare up at the ceiling, I whisper to the dark, can you quiet down the storm? Can you extinguish every spark? You are the guard of the midnight, the keeper of the peace. You speak a gentle word and make the heavy spinning cease. You tell me you are awake, so I can finally close my eyes. You hold tomorrow safely in the wide and open skies. I give you the night, I surrender the fight. I try to solve my problems when I'm tired and I'm weak, listening to the shadows when they softly start to speak. But worry never added a single hour to my days. It only steals the peace from my heavy, weary gaze. I take the racing thoughts and I lay them at your feet, trading in my panic for a rest that's truly sweet. I stop trying to guard the gates, I lay my armor down. I let your perfect peace replace this heavy, anxious crown. You are the guard of the midnight, the keeper of the peace. You speak a gentle word and make the heavy spinning cease. You tell me you are awake, so I can finally close my eyes. You hold tomorrow safely in the wide and open skies. Are you lying awake right now, held hostage by your own racing thoughts? Is anxiety telling you lies in the middle of the night, making every problem seem 10 times bigger than it is in the daylight? Listen to me, Psalm 21 says that he who watches over you will not slumber or sleep. God is awake. You don't have to be. He is holding the world together right now. And he is holding your future too. Hand the problems over to him for the night. Take a deep breath. It is safe to rest. I am closing my eyes, I am letting it go, resting securely in the grace that I know. I've been talking to the ceiling, wondering if my words just fall, feeling like a tiny voice behind a heavy, silent wall. I've prayed until my throat is dry, until I have no sound, wondering if my broken cries even leave the ground. I close my tired eyes and I whisper, can you hear me at all? Or am I just an echo down an empty, lonely hall? Can you hear me? God is closer than you think. When you're standing at the edge, pushed right to the brink, he catches every whisper, he feels your every sigh. He's sitting in the room, wiping the tear from your eye. He hears you, he's closer than your breath. To shout to reach the heavens up above. You already surrounded by His heavy, grounding love. He doesn't need a perfect prayer or loud and joyful song. He hears the quiet breaking of a heart that's suffered long. I stopped trying to speak, I let the silence fall. I realized you were sitting right beside me through it all. Do you hear me? God is closer than you think. When you're standing at the edge, pushed right to the brink, He catches every whisper, He feels your every sigh. He is sitting in the room, wiping a tear from your eye. Do you feel like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling tonight? Like He's a million miles away? Listen to me, He isn't far away on some distant throne. He is closer to you than the air you are breathing. He hears the prayers you don't even have the strength to say out loud. He hears your heartbeat. He hears you. I am hurt. You are so close. In this quiet room, you love me the most. Now He hears every word. I've been told to tone it down, to build a dam and hold it back. They say I feel the world too deeply, slipping through every crack. I cry when I see beauty, and I shatter at the pain, carrying a heavy ocean in a world that fears the rain. I apologize for caring, I apologize for tears, shrinking down my heavy heart to pacify their shallow fears. I hold my heavy chest, I whisper to the tide, am I just too much to handle? Is there nowhere left to hide? But you made the oceans deep. You don't want a shallow pool. You created every feeling. You are the maker of the rule. You don't call my spirit too much. You don't ask me to pretend. You welcome all the heavy waters, from the start unto the end. You love the depth. You dive into the deep with me. I tried to be a desert just to make them comfortable, drying out the empathy, making life completely dull. But Jesus wept for Lazarus, and he felt felt the heavy sorrow. He didn't hide his breaking heart to satisfy tomorrow. My sensitivity is not a curse, it is a holy quiet gift to feel the heavy broken world and help the fallen spirit lift. I stopped holding back the river, I let the heavy waters flow. I trust the God who made my heart is the only one I need to know. But you made the oceans deep, you don't want a shallow pool. You created every feeling, you are the maker of the rule. You don't calm my spirit too much, you don't ask me to pretend. You welcome all the heavy waters from the start until the end. Have you been told your whole life that you are too sensitive or too emotional? Do you constantly shrink yourself to fit into a world that prefers shallow puddles over deep oceans? Listen to me, God is the one who dug the depths of your heart. He is the one who gave you the capacity to feel so deeply. It is not a flaw, it is a feature of His beautiful design. Stop apologizing for your empathy. Stop trying to be a desert when God created you to be an ocean. You are beautifully made. I am safe to feel it all. I am safe to shed the tear, resting in the deep embrace, without a single trace of fear. I am safe to feel it all. I am safe to shed the tear, resting in the deep embrace, without a single trace of fear. I watch the hands of the clock, they're spinning out of my reach, like grains of sand slipping fast on an isolated beach. I'm counting all of the years, the seasons passing me by, watching the colorful youth slowly fade from the sky. I feel the panic setting, a heavy weight on my chest, wondering if I have missed the absolute best. I look at the mirror and trace the lines on my face. I whisper, have I completely fallen out of the race? But you are the Lord of the years, you are the ocean of time. You take every delay and make the rhythm sublime. 1,000 years in your eyes is just a single heartbeat. You make the bitterest waiting taste incredibly sweet. You hold the clock, you hold my days. is rushing ahead, building their empires of sand, but I am standing right here, held inside of your hand. You say that nothing is lost, no day is wasted or torn. You're redeeming the time since the day I was born. The seas that slept in the dark, the winters heavy and cold, are turning into a harvest far more precious than gold. I stop rushing the future, I let the hourglass rest. I surrender the timing to the one who knows best. But you are the Lord of the years, you are the ocean of time. You take every delay and make the rhythm sublime. 1,000 years in your eyes is just a single heartbeat. You make the bitterest waiting taste incredibly sweet. Are you panicking because you feel like time is running out? Do you feel like you've wasted years that you can never get back? Listen to me, God is not bound by your earthly calendar. He promises to restore the years that the locusts have eaten. You are not too late. You have not missed your purpose. Take a deep breath. Release the pressure of time. He holds eternity, and He holds you. I am not too late. I am right on time. I trace the heavy lines of the choices that I made, hiding in the shadows where the colors start to fade. I feel like a vessel that is shattered on the floor, thinking I'm not worthy to be chosen anymore. I hold my broken pieces, I whisper in the dark. There is nothing left to love in this heavily bruised heart. But you are the potter who never throws away. You take the shattered remnants of my fragile clay. You pour your golden mercy into every single crack, taking all my ruined parts and gently bringing me back. You don't throw me away, you make me new. You don't throw me away, you make me new. I thought I had to bury the history of my pain, pretending I was spotless, walking perfectly in the rain. But you touched the heavy scars that I wanted to erase, turning every single one into a monument of grace. I stopped trying to hide it, I step into the light. I let your gentle hands make everything alright. But you are the potter who never throws away. You take the shattered looking at your past tonight and feeling completely ruined? Do you feel like you've made too many mistakes, or you're just too broken to be loved? Listen to me, God is not looking for a pristine, untouched vessel. He specializes in mending the broken things. When He puts your pieces back together, He fills the cracks with His grace. Those scars you are so ashamed of, they are exactly where His light will shine through the brightest. You are not a lost cause. You are a masterpiece in His hands. The door has been wide open for a year, or maybe more, but I am sitting in the corner on this cold and heavy floor. I know the sky is beautiful, I know the air is sweet, but this heavy, rusty prison has become my safe retreat. I have lived inside the sorrow for so incredibly long that the thought of being happy feels terrifying and wrong. I look out at the open field, I whisper to the rust, if I leave this familiar pain, who am I gonna trust? You gently tell me it is time to leave the cage behind, to step out of the heavy dark that has colonized my mind. The healing feels so foreign and the freedom feels so wide, but you are walking with me, staying right beside my side. I step out of the cage, I leave the pain behind. I made a blanket from the grief, a pillow from the shame. I found a twisted comfort in always taking all the blame. But you are calling me to take a breath of pure and honest air, to trust that there is solid ground outside of this despair. I don't have to stay a victim to the things that hurt me then. I can walk into the sunlight and begin to live again. I slowly stand upon my feet, I walk toward the frame. I step into the bright unknown, trusting in your name. You gently tell me it is time to leave the cage behind, to step out of the heavy dark that has colonized my mind. The healing feels so foreign and the freedom feels so wide, but you are afraid to heal. Sometimes we stay in a painful situation or hold on to our grief simply because it is what we know. The pain becomes a familiar friend, and the thought of being happy actually feels scary. Listen to me, a cage is still a cage, even if you've decorated the inside of it. God has opened the door. You do not have to live in the trauma of your past anymore. It might feel strange to step out into the freedom, but He is holding your hand. Walk out, you are safe now. I am walking out the door. I am standing in the sun, leaving all the familiar pain. The healing has begun. I've been carrying the hammer, I've been carrying the nails, trying to fix every broken heart whenever it derails. I listen to their heavy stories, taking all their pain inside, offering my own foundation just to give them place to hide. But my hands are bruised and bleeding, and my spirit is so thin, trying to fight a human battle that I wasn't built to win. I look at the heavy wreckage, I whisper to the gray, I don't have the strength to put them back together today. But you are the only savior. You are the maker of the soul. You never asked my fragile hands to make another person whole. I am just a fellow traveler. I am not the great I am. I can lay the heavy tools down and place them in your hand. I let it go. I don't have to fix it all. I just loved enough, I could erase the deep despair, taking on the heavy burdens like a twisted kind of prayer. But playing God is exhausting, and it steals my very breath, trying to resurrect a garden from the quiet grip of death. I can love them in their brokenness, I can sit beside their tears, but I have to let you be the one to conquer all their fears. I stopped trying to be the hero, I take my heavy cape away. I trust the true physician with the ones I love today. But you are the only savior. You are the maker of the soul. You never asked my fragile hands to make another person whole. I am just a fellow traveler. I am not the great I am. Oh, yourself? Trying to fix everyone around you? Do you take on their pain, their problems, and their trauma until you have absolutely nothing left for yourself? Listen to me. You are a wonderful, empathetic friend, but you are not the savior of the world. The position is already filled. God doesn't need you to fix people. He just asks you to point them to the one who can. Drop the heavy tools today. Release the burden of playing God. You are allowed to just be human. I am stepping back in peace. I am letting you step in, trusting in the perfect grace where the healing can begin. I've been standing on the shoreline, throwing out the rope, watching someone that I love drowning out their hope. I tied my own well-being to the choices that they made, and every time they choose the dark, I feel my spirit break. I've argued and I've pleaded, I have stood up in the way, but I cannot make them turn around, I cannot make them stay. I drop the heavy freight I rope, I whisper to the sea, I cannot be their savior, it is just too much for me. You tell me that I have to let the borrowed burden fall. I cannot answer for the ones who will not heed the call. You love them even deeper than my human heart can reach. I have to leave them safely on your sovereign holy beach. I hand them over, I let them go to you. I thought that I surrendered, then I didn't care enough. That loving them and always doing something hard and tough, but enabling their shadows only keeps them in the night, and taking on their heavy cross will never make it right. I step out of the middle, I step out of the way, and trust the true physician with the ones I love today. I stop trying to force the cure, I wash my heavy hands, I place them in the Maker's care, the one who understands. You tell me that I have to let the borrowed burden fall. I cannot answer for the ones who will not heed the call. You love them even deeper than my human heart can reach. I have to leave them safely on your sovereign holy beach. Are you watching someone you love make terrible choices?
Have you exhausted yourself trying to save them, protect them, or change their mind? Listen to me. It is a terrifying thing to realize you are powerless over someone else's free will. But you cannot save them. You are carrying a burden that belongs only to God. He loves them more than you do, and His reach is longer than yours. You have to release them into His hands. It is the hardest, but most necessary act of love. You are allowed to find peace, even while they are still in the storm. I am letting go the grip. I am trusting in your heart. I will pray for them in peace as I slowly step apart.
I'm reading through the pages of the labels that I wear, written by the hands of men breathing in the heavy air. They call me by my failures, they define me by my past, writing out a heavy sentence that they swear will always last. I carry all these titles like a mountain on my chest, wondering if this broken book is my final tragic test. I stare at the heavy ink, I whisper through the shame. Can anyone erase this? Will I always be to blame? But you take the heavy ledger and you tear it right in half. You replace the bitter judgment with the gentle loving laugh. You write a brand new title with the crimson of your love, calling me forgiven from the quiet skies above. The old is gone, you give me a new name. The enemy brings up the files, the records of my wrong, trying to disrupt the beauty of your saving grace-filled song. But you don't read the footnotes of the mistakes I used to make. You look at me through mercy for your holy, precious sake. The world can't keep its labels, they don't stick to me no more. I am walking as a child through the Father's open door. I close the book of history, I throw the heavy pen away. I step into the freedom of this bright and brand new day. But you take the heavy ledger and you tear it right in half. You replace the bitter judgment with the gentle loving laugh. You write a brand new title with the crimson of your love, calling me forgiven from the quiet skies above. Have you let the world, or even your own mistakes, name you? Do you walk around carrying labels like failure, unworthy, or too broken? Listen to me, the world doesn't hold the pen to your story, God does. And when He looks at you, He doesn't see your past, He sees you covered in His grace. He calls you chosen, He calls you beloved, He calls you His own. Drop the heavy labels today. You have been given a new name. am who you say I am. The old words fade away, written in the book of life, where I am safe to stay. It's absolutely quiet, and it's completely dark down here. The dirt is pressing heavy on the edges of my fear. I remember the bright sunlight, I remember the warm hand that dropped me down so suddenly into this barren land. I feel like you've forgotten me, left me in the quiet deep, a casualty of winter, falling into endless sleep. I push against the heavy dirt, I whisper to the sky, did you bury me down here just to leave me here to die? But you tell me I'm not buried. You whisper I am sown. The dark is just the greenhouse where the deepest roots are grown. You haven't walked away from me, you haven't lost the map. I'm resting securely in a master gardener's lap. I am not a grave, I am just a seed. The silence isn't absence, it's the quiet of the work, the holy preparation, hiding where the shadows lurk. If I broke the surface early, I would wither in the sun. So you hold me in the wait until the underground is done. I will drink the heavy rain, I will let the shell break wide, trusting in the miracle that you have placed inside. I stop fighting the heavy soil, I let the roots go down. I wait for the perfect season to finally wear the crown. But you tell me I'm not buried, you whisper I am sown. The dark is just the greenhouse where the deepest roots are grown. You haven't walked away from me, you haven't lost the map. I'm resting securely in the master gardener's lap. Do you feel like you're buried right now, surrounded by darkness, feeling completely isolated, wondering if God just tossed you aside and forgot about you? Listen to me, to a seed being buried and being planted feel exactly the same. The environment is dark and heavy, but the intention of the gardener is entirely different. You are not in a grave, you are in an incubator. God is growing your roots right now. Do not despise the dark. The spring is coming, and you will break the surface. Just wait. I am trusting in the Master's hand for the beautiful and green. I poured out my heart till I had nothing left, living on echoes, just catching my breath. The world keeps on spinning, demanding my all, but inside I'm hollow, just waiting to fall. I look in the mirror, but the spark is gone. I don't have the strength to keep pretending I'm strong. Feeling empty, Jesus sees you right where you are. He doesn't need you to be a shining star. When your cup runs dry and your spirit is weak, He is the living water your weary soul seeks. He sees you, He truly sees you. People walk by and they don't see the ache, they don't hear the sound that a fragile heart makes. But you count my tears and you know every sigh. You stay when the well of my soul has gone dry. I have nothing to offer, my hands are just bare, but you look at my emptiness and tell me you care. Feeling empty, Jesus sees you right where you are. He doesn't need you to be a shining star. When your cup runs dry and your spirit is weak, He is the living water your weary soul seeks. Do you feel like you have absolutely nothing left to give? Like you're just existing, running on empty? Listen to me, Jesus doesn't love you for what you can produce. He doesn't need your perfection, He just wants your heart. It's okay to be empty right now. Just let Him fill you up. I am seen, I am known. You fill my cup, I am safely home. Pour your love into me. Pour your love into me. on blessings. I have everything I need, but there's a quiet emptiness that's planted like a seed. I should be feeling happy, I should be feeling light, but I'm a ghost within the house in the middle of the night. I feel so guilty for the hollow that I feel inside, like I'm ungrateful for the grace that I've been sanctified. I look at all the gifts I whisper to the floor. Why am I still searching for something more? But you don't call me ungrateful for the hunger in my soul. You know that only you can ever make the pieces whole. You don't need me to pretend that I am satisfied with earth. You are the only anchor for my weary, heavy worth. I am thirsty for you, you are the only water. I try to fill the space with all the things that I was told, to find my peace in comfort or in silver or in gold. But the hollow is a holy place, a hunger for your face, a reminder that I'm built for a different kind of place. I stop apologizing for the longing that I bear. I turn the emptiness into a deep and honest prayer. I stop fighting the hollow, I let the longing rise. I look at all my plenty and I see you through your eyes. But you don't call me ungrateful for the hunger in my soul. You know that only you can ever make the pieces whole. You don't need me to pretend that I am satisfied with earth. You are the only anchor for my weary, heavy worth. Do you have a good life, but you still feel deeply empty inside? And do you feel guilty for feeling that way? Because you know you should be grateful. Listen to me. That emptiness isn't a sign of ungratefulness. It's a sign that you were created for something bigger than this life. It's a holy dissatisfaction. God didn't make you for stuff. He made you for himself. Don't feel guilty for wanting him more than the world. I am opening the hollow, I am pouring out the need, finding all I'm looking for in the smallest, quiet seed. The room is full of voices, but nobody speaks my name. I fade into the background like a shadow in a frame. Everybody's moving fast, shining in the light, while I am just a quiet ghost, blending with the night. I look down in my shoes and wonder, do I leave a mark at all? Would anyone even notice if I were to gently fall? But you see me in the quiet corners where the light is dim. You count every single tear that falls over the brim. I'm never just a passing face in the crowded room. To you, you know the heavy hidden things my silent heart goes through. You see me, you really see me. You see me. The world looks for the brightest star, the loudest on the stage. But you read every hidden word on my forgotten page. You don't need me to perform to prove that I have worth. You loved me long before I walked upon this heavy earth. I stopped trying to wave my hands to make the world look my way. I rest in the perfect peace that you are here to stay. But you see me in the quiet corners where the light is dim. You count every single tear that falls over the brim. I'm never just a passing face in the crowded room. To you, you know the heavy hidden things my silent heart goes through. Do you feel completely invisible today? Like if you just disappeared, nobody would even notice. Listen to me. The world might overlook the quiet ones, but God never misses a thing. He sees you sitting there right now. He knows exactly what you're thinking, and He treasures you. You are not a background character in His eyes. You are deeply loved, carefully made, and fully seen. You don't have to earn His attention. He's already looking at you with so much love.